Hello, everyone. Welcome. Hey, today is Friday. It's a beautiful day here in Arizona. Hi, my name is Nim Stan. If we never met before, super excited to connect with you. Today, we are going to talk about the top three mistakes a lot of retreat leaders, newbie, had when planning for the retreat. Um, I just want to share with you before we start the topic because you probably wonder why am I in the car a lot. So I have some work um, idea to do each day. Like I take my kids to school, and if I don't go back home to my work office or studio, I actually go to Starbucks um, to work there because I found that I'm more productive that way. So I just put myself out there working with my computer at Starbucks for like 3 4 hours, and then my work's done. But today, yes, I'm going to be working inside a Starbucks. But before I go in Starbucks, because it's very noisy, I just want to record this and go live with you guys very quick. So the topic today is what is the top three mistakes that a lot of new retreat leader had or make when they're planning for the retreat. Well, planning the retreat is, I believe that the hardest part from my experience is this the hardest part to do as we run the retreat. Well, then when we start to like running the retreat during that retreat is a different kind of challenge too. I mean, it doesn't mean it's not hard. It doesn't mean it's easy because you just be there with the people and teach them, coach them. But in fact, it's a different kind of challenge. And I'm going to make a video next time with when you in the retreat during the retreat, what is the challenge that you will face so that you can know beforehand. So here's the phrase that we all will go through. The first phase of planning a retreat is like you get excited, you have the idea, you start to talk about it, you tell people that you're going to host a retreat, right, in Costa Rica, in Spain, in Portugal, in whatever beautiful country, right? And then people start to respond very well like, oh wow, that's super excited, let me know more detail, blah blah blah, right? So you get excited, you have that hope, you have that faith. Then you start to, all right, I'm going to get serious about it, I'm going to plan for the retreat. You start to plan the retreat, you start to think of your theme, your ideal clients, you start to think about where exactly you want to be. Then you spend time to plan about it. And then you still have a question later because you're still new, right? So, and then you start to spend hours and hours on Google and, looking for the venues, looking for the retreat center, looking for the resort to rent. And then you start to like contact them. It's all the process, right? And the excitement is not quite the same anymore. And that's what I want to talk about because hosting a retreat, the first mistake that a lot of new retreat leader had is um, they don't plan the retreat far ahead of time. So when you give yourself like 4 months, 6 months, it can be very stressful to do because people who go to retreat, you're asking them to live their normal life, right? Either for the weekend, either for 5 days. A lot of you stress because something like that, right? 10 to 12 months ahead of time, especially you plan for international retreat. You need to make sure enough time. The second mistake that a lot of new retreat leader had is they plan a retreat, they host a retreat too early in their career, right? Some people just start the business. Some people might not have a lot of um, clients on the email list, right? So if you don't have the big pond for your fish, if you don't have a lot of fish in your pond, then it's going to be hard to find someone to sign up for the retreat. It's going to be challenging. What can we solve this problem? How can we solve this problem is I always tell my students who learn from me and plan the retreat, I said, creating the 30 name list, guys. If you really want to host retreat, if you want to like take risk and jump right in, that's a great idea too, because I also taught about make your move before you're ready, right? So when you jump right in, what can you do to solve this problem is creating the 30 name list, right? 30 people who you already know, who you already have a relationship with. It can be your families and friends, right? There's nothing wrong with inviting the people that you already love and to join your retreat. So creating the list and then start to invite them, start to send a personal message to them, start to reach out to them, right? And you might never know, it can turn out to be a great retreat for the people that you already established the relationship with. Now the third and the last mistake is a big mistake, because a lot of time we're just daydreaming, we just want to host a beautiful retreat in a beautiful place, we are so creative, but then we forgot to put enough energy for marketing the retreat, right? Market the retreat is the big thing, it's the hardest thing, because without it you don't have people to sign up, right? So if you don't put enough time to think it through, to plan it through of how you're gonna achieving this, like marketing, finding different partner or finding different ways to advertise about your retreat, that's very important. So make sure you put enough time for marketing. You start to invite people, but then if you don't follow up, right, if you don't have another conversation with them again to invite them to come to retreat, it's not going to happen. Most likely people are not going to say yes the first time of your conversation, of your first phone call. They need to manage their time, they manage their money. You treat the question of a lot of value